cold quick.
No Becky, huh?
Yeah, no, Becky, she had COVID.
I
Tested
wondered
this
why I
weekend.
haven't heard from her yet.
Yeah, tested this
Still
weekend.
haven't gone around, Jason. We'll get together about the levy or the ferry, I guess.
With the levy or?
Well, we have to sign documents, we have to go to New York, and I prepared certifications for
Oh, we need to do that tomorrow, I think.
Becky. No, we have time. The last Tuesday in December, so we'll put on there. Well, you won't be necessary.
I got 7 o'clock. Is everybody ready? Oh, I gotta call. I need to jump on the gun. I'd like to call the Oglesby City Council meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Here.
Udis.
Here.
McDermott.
Here.
Stefanelli is absent with prior notice, and Curran.
Here. Number 3, please stand for Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Number 4, public comment on agenda items only. Yours says adjournment? You're looking, I think you're looking at the truth and taxation hearing, sir. Okay. Any other public comments on agenda items only? Barring none, we'll move on. Number 5, approved minutes from the November 20th, 2023 City Council meeting. They look quite detailed. Does anybody have any corrections, additions, or subtractions from them? If not, if I can get a motion to approve, please.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the November 20th, 2023 City Council meeting.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 6, approved bills as presented for payment in the amount of $346,482.25. Normally Stefanelli would do that, but he's absent tonight. Can I get someone to make a motion to approve the bills, please?
Make a motion to approve the bills in amount of $346,482.25.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 7, approve November 24th, 2023 payroll in the amount of $110,769.21. Any questions, concerns, or can I get a motion to approve?
Make a motion we approve the November 24, 23 payroll of $110,769.21. Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 8, United Healthcare 2024 Employee Insurance Proposal. So every year, we usually take a look to see what happens with the proposal here. I know, unfortunately, Mr. Stefanelli is not here to talk about it, but we looked at the United Healthcare current plan. We looked at some alternates, and I believe the current recommendation was to stick with the current plan, and I believe across the board, correct me, it's about a 3.5% increase. Is that correct? There's a 5% rate relief in there built in too, right? Okay. Okay. Anybody have any questions or concerns over it all? It is under the current inflation rate, which is good. So, you know, I know last couple of years we've had some real problems where we've had to switch and change it up a bit because to find a good rate. So, at 4% is probably pretty good. Any questions, concerns over any of that? If not, we can get a motion to approve.
Make a motion we approve the United Healthcare 2024 insurance proposal.
I'll second that.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye. Number 9 is ordinance number 1241-120423, the 2023 tax levy. And as I said during our truth and taxation hearing that we had, you know, the increase seems significant, but I just want to point out that if you were to go back 2 years ago, the rate in the city of Oglesby was 2.3788. And now, with the estimated amount, it's looking to still, even though it's an increase from 2 years ago, it's still going to only be at 2.105. So it is even lower than what it was 2 years ago. And that's based on the EAV doing quite well in the city. Not only is TIF 1 came off the It's gone back onto the tax roll, but EAV has gone quite well within the city. So, any questions, concerns over any of that? Any other feedback or comments? If there's no feedback or comments, if I can get a motion to approve the ordinance, please.
I'll make a motion, we approve the 2023 tax levy.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye. Number 10, ordinance number 1242-120423, abates taxes on the general obligation 2013 series bonds. If I remember right, when we did this in the years past, what this does is if we don't abate these taxes, we'd have to collect them ahead of time and then end up refunding them later on, I believe. Is that correct?
No, if you
Okay.
if you don't abate the taxes, they will be extended and your residents will have to pay that
That's what,
increase.
that's what,
This is a 2013 ordinance that was adopted at the time you passed the bond ordinance. You have abated it every year. It goes until 2027, I think, and then that bond ordinance will be fully satisfied. So I suspect we'll be abating it every year between
Yep.
now and then.
that's what I meant. If we don't abate it, they're gonna have to pay that extra. then.
Right,
Okay.
exactly.
Any questions, concerns on that? If I can get a motion to approve.
Make a motion to approve ordinance number 1242-120423, abates taxes on general obligation 2013 series bonds.
I'll second that motion.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye. Number 11, approve flock safety subscription. Commissioner Hughes, did you wanna talk about this at all?
Yeah. If I can get my screen to show me what I wanna look at. So, we got these flock cameras last year. They worked out really well. We have 10 of them positioned throughout the city. We're talking with the vendor, if we go with a 5-year plan, they will give us a savings of $5,000 per year, so that would be $25,000 in savings. So I think it's in our best interest to keep at the $25,000 per year, so that would be a contract total of $125,000.
Saves us 25,000 over the next 5 years,
Yes, correct.
basically. And it's a great program. My understanding is it's helped the police force be able to get some.
On a daily basis.
On a regular basis, be able to keep us safe too, so, okay. Any other questions, concerns on it? If we can get a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve. the flock.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Udis,
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye. Number 12, approve dates for the 2024 city council meeting. So, we do this every year. Usually it's the last meeting of the month, but, the city clerk had it already completed ahead of time, so we're just gonna do it now. Basically, it's a listing of all the official dates for our next meeting, next year's meetings. Any questions, concerns on any of them? If I can get a motion to approve.
Make a motion, we approve the 2024 schedule.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye. Number 13, approve purchase of equipment for Malik Road Substation upgrade for $713,225. Commissioner Baldridge, do you want to speak about this at all?
Yeah, there was a package that our engineering firm, BHMG, put together. Nobody bid on it, so they tried to put them all together here. They came back with a smaller bid of $713,225. If anybody doesn't have any questions, I'd like to ask to award Fletcher Reinhardt Company the bid of $713,225, which will cover the previous 6 bid packages and allow us to get all these parts ordered as the lead times are quite significant.
Yeah, that is this has been a project that's been going on for many years. I think we first started this maybe 3 years ago. This is the whole project that brings the second feed, that increases the redundancy and reliability of power in the city. But the other big significant thing besides that is it expands our capabilities that we can do on the west end for being able to bring other industries in and things like that, so. Anybody have anything else on it? We can get a motion to approve.
I think Rich did. You need a second.
Second.
Rich
I'll
did.
Can I get a
second.
second? Roll call, please.
Baldridge.
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye. Number 14, old business, City Hall renovations. Commissioner Bulger, I think you had some stuff here you want to talk about?
Yeah, we didn't really get any bids back on here. We're obviously not going to do anything more than we need to, considering we just asked the taxpayers for to raise the taxes here. The scope of work that I'm asking for at this time, I believe, are necessary. We will look for drywalling those walls there, install an ADA door, insulate those, finish paint and placement of teleconference screen to convert the mayor's office into an ADA accessible conference room. The cost will not be beyond $20,000.
So, a couple things with this. I know when we talked about it last time, I found out that there was actually a couple plans that Chamlin's had put together. So I looked at them. There was one plan for a small conference room in the clerk's office area there, and then for converting the mayor's office to a conference room. My thoughts are, one of them I looked at was the small conference room in the clerk's office. I didn't see a lot of value in having it there. When I asked some questions, I guess my understanding was that they wanted to have something in there to where you could do plan review, and I know we talked about expanding on the clerk's office so that way she can get some more things done. But what I was wondering is, and I talked briefly with Chamlin's about this, that if we were to extend that wall another 1 foot 7 inches, that would give us a minimum distance of 14 feet back there, which is the minimum recommended width for a 8-person conference room. So my thought process is, instead of making just a plan review area there, if you were to expand a little bit larger, you might be able to get all of the things solved in that one room. You get your ADA conference room, you have your plans review area back there, you have the clerks as a larger area, so that way if anybody needs to look at their employee records or anything, and plus it gives a place for the commissioners that they want to work when they come to City Hall. So that'd be my recommendation, because if you modify this, you have to tear it all out, put new soundproof walls in, and then the other question is, where do you want the mayor to have an office at?
There's
Because I mean,
offices downstairs.
well, for example, I had 2 people come talk to me today in my office. 2 residents came in to talk to me.
I
So,
think the statute states that all commissioners and the mayor are to have offices. I don't see the sense in building anything else. I don't see the sense in not utilizing that for everyone. It's not like you can't use it going forward. It can be utilized by everyone then. When someone comes in as elderly or has a hard time with the handicap or anything, it will be right there for them to use. As far as a lot of extra work there, it's basically taking put the paneling down there, insulating it and drywalling it. So the cost will not be.
I had a thought, and I don't know if it's a very good one or not, but it came through my head because we've all talked about this. I went over to the Dickinson house, and I looked at the entrance into it. I saw what would have to be done to turn that into some city offices, because it doesn't get very much use. Kind of a wasted space in a lot of ways, not utilized to its potential. What if we put the mayor's office in there with some desks for the commissioners and actually made that into our city council area and leave the clerk here? Obviously, it would have all of our city official offices over there, and win-win. It's handicap accessible. There's no work that would really have to be done.
I don't think there's any bathrooms that are handicap accessible right now. That's one of the things the Dickinson House Foundation was talking about doing, is putting that.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, Jason.
Yeah.
So
It
that
is handicap accessible as far as getting into the
yeah,
building.
yeah, that's what I looked at, was whether you could get in without, the doors, they're all double doors. The bathrooms, I don't know what that would entail. It's just thinking outside the box. That's all I was trying to do.
Definitely
So,
something to look into.
So you're talking about separating the city hall from where the council chambers and things would be?
I just think that with technology, especially if we ran fiber from there over to here, and, over to the police department, had everything interconnected with video conferencing, with the way that we are nowadays, I don't think there's much need for a face-to-face personally. I think you could do most of it remotely. And even if you did have to come over here, you're blocking, 3-4 blocks away.
I mean, I'm not discounting the idea, but I mean, that changes up a lot of things, because even though it isn't used to its probably full potential, that kind of is the city's community center of where and there is things that people do rent out
I
there for
understand.
things like that, so.
I understand, I get that.
Yeah.
I just bring it up as an option. I'm not saying that's the right way to go, just for consideration. I know it's a very hot topic, so
Well, I know the Dickinson House Foundation has been looking at ways to modify it to where it can be a handicap accessible bathroom. They're thinking about putting a bathroom into that, again, I'm probably talking more than I need to be here on this subject because they haven't really even fleshed this out yet, but they're thinking about making that, the vending machine area into a possible bathroom area when people were to come
which
in,
would be
so.
code, yeah.
So I mean, there is possibilities to get things done there. I'm still a fan of, you know, obviously you wanna try to maximize all the space that you have here, right?
This is a small space for how much we have going on here. That's,
We do.
we're pretty cramped.
Well, we've talked about this a while back there for like the clerk's office. There is a lot of space that isn't used. In fact, they used to have a big table back there and they got rid of the table. The only time the table comes back is when they have a special function or they're stuffing bills or they're doing something like that. So I think putting some form of conference room back there, even being a small one, is a win for that.
I think we have 3 different ideas, and
I don't suggest we spend money, especially on a night like tonight, that we are looking to purchase something else. I think we do the bare minimum. We owe it to the taxpayers at this time to manage what we have.
Well, why don't we come with some fleshed out ideas, and then we can, you know, put them up on the screen behind us there, different ones. That way that,
I propose that we make a motion to authorize renovation and replace the office currently being utilized by the mayor and utilize that office as an ADA accessible multi-use conference room and office for executive session.
I think all you do is move one problem to the next, because now we don't have, so then now there's not offices for the mayor to
There's 3
utilize.
offices downstairs.
So residents are supposed
4
to,
really.
so residents that come in regularly are supposed to go
No,
downstairs?
they could make an appointment with you and utilize that room there then.
Okay, well, that's a thought. Any other thoughts? No other thoughts?
I made a motion.
Okay, there's a motion to just so I understand, there's a
I'll repeat
motion
it.
to convert,
I'll make a motion to authorize renovation and replace the office currently being utilized by the mayor and utilize that office as an ADA accessible multi-use conference room and office for executive session.
okay, motion's on the floor.
Well, we could still look in the Dickinson House as a place for the mayor and commissioners as well.
No second. Motion dies to lack of a second.
Oh.
We can talk about,
I'll go ahead and second that.
you
I mean,
guys,
otherwise you would table it, right?
well,
It would die for lack
it
of
would
second.
die for lack of a second until something
until
new,
you have-
until something new comes up.
I think maybe we should look into this further.
Okay.
I don't know what more you need to look into. I mean, we've got a proposal here for the walls to be redone. I don't see how this is not, it needs to be drywalled and insulated, whether he's still in there or not, it needs to be drywalled and insulated.
What was the problem with the recommendation I made back there? Cause that's even cheaper, because it's just really
It's
just
not
two wall.
cheaper. You're looking to come in here
How-
and build
how
2
much is-
walls in completely from scratch. These walls are already here. You're literally taking that off,
I thought you had-
insulating,
I thought I heard you had to take the glass down to be able to
Okay.
put something in there that's,
2x4s and insulation.
Okay.
The cost is very minimal.
Commissioner McGurk, did you second it or not second it?
I think we should table this and get
Okay.
our ducks in a row.
All right,
What do you
Motion.
mean by getting ducks in a row?
Well, maybe there is something we could do with the Dickinson House as well.
Those are still viable options.
I don't
There's
know if I like
nothing
the idea
that's-
of moving, mayors and commissioners out of City Hall. That's where the resources are, that's where people come down here to work to get things done, that's where you get your
Actually, I
questions
think
answered.
Terry had a good idea with the.
I think I had a good
commissioners
idea
and the
too,
mayor
but
going over there.
you're
Would-
set on only looking
Would-
at one
Do you
option.
wanna, I mean, do you wanna approve something on it yet, or do we wanna look at some design plans?
I just think it's a viable option. I think it's worth looking at, and I'm hesitant from myself, from my perspective, to say, we just raised a tax levy with the truth in taxation. I don't know in good faith how much it's gonna cost to renovate that bathroom that needs to be handicapped accessible. So I'd like to have
Have it
a
looked
monetary
into.
figure in mind to know that it's not gonna cost us $50,000 to do that, because then that kinda changes things. But if we can do something to that's not too elaborate for $10,000, that's a lot different than
Yeah,
$50,000.
in all fairness, I do not know how far the Dickinson House Foundation has gone. I don't know if they've gotten estimates. I don't think they've even gotten like design plans. They just had the kind of the idea so far of where to put that, because it's not just renovating the bathrooms. The bathrooms are up on like a half a level higher. It'd have to be creating new bathrooms on the main floor area. So, something to look at. But either way, my recommendation is whatever it is we want to put forth, we should have some kind of design plan. We can put up, we got this new screen behind us. Should put it up there, let people look at it, talk about it, kind of go from there. Looks like we have at least 3 different ideas here.
The ideas can still proceed down the road. I mean, there's nothing that's preventing that by passing this action tonight. The ideas can all still come to fruition in due time. It's at, right now, I had believed before I came in here tonight that there was a need for us to have handicapped access to a conference room.
So, we talked about this in the past. You know, I have been made aware that there is an increased need for a handicap accessible conference room. Since I was just made aware of that, we've used the office area in the back before, like, for example, when Commissioner Lioski was on crutches for several months, we did meetings back there. So we can do that in the meantime until we figure out a proper answer, I believe. So, and I don't know if I agree with the same sentiment that we don't harm anything. By doing this, you remove the access for residents to be able to come and meet on the main floor level. And if our whole reason is to have ADA
They could ask for you at the window and schedule a meeting or call you from downstairs, and you could come up here, as opposed to trying to, I guess, push a wheelchair down, or somebody on crutches trying to get up and down the stairs. I just don't see,
Okay.
I don't see it's a bad idea. I think that if there's a meeting for any of us, Becky included, she could utilize that area to have an official meeting, and it would look a little more professional than what we have now. I mean, last week we were sitting in your office around a phone that we lost the call. I mean, you're looking at people coming in here to spend millions of dollars,
Well,
hopefully.
that was the IMEA's
Yeah.
disconnect, but still, yeah. Wasn't on ours, but
You gotta,
we did wonder if it was us at first, though, so. Okay. Well, we don't have a motion in a second. I mean, do we want to table it, or do we just want to come up with ideas for, to present? My recommendation is that we have some fully fleshed out ideas presented and choose from there then.
I'm not gonna waste my time on it anymore if we're just gonna keep coming up with.
I'd like to
have
make a
other ideas.
motion that we get a quote on what it would cost to renovate that bathroom to make it handicap accessible at the Dickinson House. Because in my opinion, that is, I think that's the best answer.
So how does that affect this renovation here?
That would go forward once you put the mayor over there, if that were
Yeah.
possible, for a
Sounds
reasonable
very good.
cost.
Do we want to flesh out the other idea back there, or no one's interested in that? Because we did talk about the need for the clerk to have an expanded office to be able to do functions back there.
I think we need to discuss the repercussions of putting a complete wall down there and how they can operate in the future. It's gonna change the dynamics in that office drastically by putting in a 14-foot wall down the center of that office. I don't work in there. I would like to get their input on it. We
Okay.
haven't at this time because it really wasn't being considered.
Okay, all right. Well, let's get ideas on all those then. Okay, next item, new business. I don't have anything listed there. Number 16, public comments on any topic.
Why would you wanna go down to the Dickinson House? I mean, this is City Hall, you're gonna spend the money twice. I mean, when do the residents get something back here? You keep digging in our pockets, when do we get something back? How much you guys gonna tax us? That's idiotic going to the Dickinson House. Everything's here, do what needs to be done here.
Do you wanna come to,
You know this is City
do you wanna
Hall.
come
Do you want to come to the
podium and
mic so that
speak-
way people at home
speak,
can
sir?
hear you?
What's that?
do you wanna come to the podium so that people?
So that
can
way
hear you?
people at home can hear you.
I just don't understand why you would wanna go to the Dickinson House. This is City Hall. You're gonna spend money twice to do the same job. It makes no sense to me. You keep digging in our pockets, taxes, now you wanna do the Dickinson house, redo the floors in here. When's it gonna end? I mean, when's it gonna end?
I think the answer to your question, sir, is that we're trying to find a way to facilitate people who
And
have
I
have
understand that.
disability.
I understand that, but, and I'm not siding with anybody, but Rich is right. If that's the cheapest option, you do that. Mayor Curran, we got somebody here to see you. Okay, we can meet in there. I mean, the Dickinson house is, you know how much money you gotta put in the Dickinson house, put that bathroom in?
Well, that's what I don't know. I'm not in construction, so I really don't. That's a number I just wanted to see. I'm not saying, I am, let me go on record and telling you, I'm not saying that's the best answer. I'm saying it's something that popped into my head as a crazy idea because I knew there was so much contention with all this stuff that's going on here.
No,
So,
and-
and I'm trying to just put any idea out there I can so that we explore every opportunity. I'm not looking to spend more money than what we have to. I'm certainly not. That is
Well,
not my
I would
intent.
think, and cheapest isn't always best, but I would think whatever you have accessible to you to get the job done at this point. That's all I'm saying.
I respect your
Whether
opinion.
it's putting the wall in there or boxing that in. I mean, I think the Dickinson house should just totally be off the table. I mean, you got walls right here. That's just my opinion.
Thank you.
Thank you. Any other public comments? Barring none, we'll move on to number 17, commissioner reports. Commissioner Udis.
I just want to remind everybody that there's a meeting of the ambulance board this Wednesday at 4:30 PM.
Thank you much. Commissioner McDermott.
The leaf vac is done. They're putting the snow plows on the trucks. Other than that, I don't have anything to report.
All right, thank you much. Commissioner Baldridge.
Just to let everyone know, the dog park is shut down for the time being as we wait to see what this new highly contagious dog virus is. We apologize for any inconvenience, but anyone who loves their dogs certainly can understand our proactive concerns. We will update our Facebook page as soon as we have any new information. We appreciate your patience and understanding. Electrical department update, we've received the new delivery date from Virginia Transformer. It will be delivered at the end of May. December 9th, this Saturday, is a big day in Oglesby. Please volunteer wherever you can if you are able to. These events can't happen without some help. Every little bit makes this whole thing go a lot smoother. 4 p.m., stick around here. There's other events through the day, but at 4 p.m. on Walnut Street, we have the second annual We Are Oglesby Parade. I'd like to be the first to thank this organization for all their dedication and hard work in organizing this a second time. It was said many times that it couldn't be done. Well, here you are again, providing us with another great parade. It's such an awesome day for everyone to get downtown, get in the Christmas spirit, and make lifetime memories with their friends and families. Don't forget to enter the lighting contest by December 15th. Judging will be December 22nd, and winners announced December 23rd. Residential winners will receive $125, $75, and $50 respectively. Any commercial winner will receive $250. Decorate, get in the Christmas spirit, win some money. Thanks.
All right, thank you much. All right. First thing is Turkey Trot. Turkey Trot had well over 1,100 people be there. It's the largest we've had since it's moved to its second location, so that's fantastic. And as Commissioner Baldridge put out already, the 9th is Saturday. We will have the Hometown Christmas from 2 to 4, and then We Are Oglesby will be putting on the parade again. Should be a great time. That's all I really have. Thank you very much, everybody. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Baldridge,
Aye.
Udis.
Aye.
McDermott,
Aye.
Curran,
Aye.